This man orchestrated the theft of thousands of luxury cars, amassing a fortune of over $9 million. His unparalleled expertise in disguise made these high-end stolen vehicles appear completely legitimate, successfully duping even the most cautious buyers. He was the mastermind behind a vast, international car theft network. He employed the latest and most sophisticated methods to effectively erase almost every trace of his heists. So, who is this man? How did one person orchestrate such a complex and expansive operation? Stay tuned as we unravel the story of this criminal legend's identity and the secrets behind his extraordinary heist. The 1990s witnessed a significant spike in the theft of these luxury vehicles, turning it into a real crisis that threatened automotive security across America. In response to this escalating crime wave, the automobile industry and insurance companies united to confront this challenge. Their goal was clear: to make the theft of luxury cars a near impossible task. As a result, each new luxury car now comes equipped with state-of-the-art technology, computerized encrypted keys, advanced alarm systems, and engine immobilization techniques that turn the act of stealing them into a perilous venture. These stringent security measures have added an additional layer of protection, transforming every car into a fortified castle, resilient against the attempts of thieves. In the late 1990s, in Toronto, Canada, a remarkable story unfolded. Despite the era's top-notch security systems and advances in technology, one man found a way to steal hundreds of luxury cars right from the streets. This was no small feat. The local police, especially those in the car crime unit, faced the biggest challenge they'd ever seen. This man's operation wasn't just local. It reached across Canada and even into the United States. Every day, luxury cars worth millions disappeared, and the police were at a loss to stop it. These cars weren't just vanishing into thin air. They were being shipped from Canada to places all over the world, almost impossible to trace. The method of the thefts particularly perplexed the police. The thief used real, factory-made keys, making it extremely hard for even the most experienced detectives to figure out which cars were stolen. Police estimates suggested that luxury cars worth over $5 million were being stolen and resold annually. The mastermind behind this huge operation was Bill Dhaliwal, a man of Indian origin. Bill wasn't just any thief. He was a skilled car mechanic and an expert in car bodywork. He led a big organization that was responsible for stealing, changing, and then selling these luxury cars to people around the world, without anyone suspecting a thing. The police figured out that Bill was stealing more than 30 luxury cars every single day, making him a notorious figure in the world of car theft. Bill Dhaliwal ran an auto repair shop with his wife in a suburb of Toronto. But at this workshop, there was much more happening than just car repairs. Dhaliwal and his wife shared a wild ambition to amass wealth, and Bill had no problem bending the law to achieve this. After spending time in prison in the 1980s for insurance fraud, Dhaliwal emerged with a plan to outsmart the police, car dealers, and insurance companies. The first step in his cunning plan was a visit to the local scrapyard. There, Dhaliwal found a late-model BMW that had been in a severe accident, rendered useless to anyone else. He bought the wreck not because he was interested in fixing it, but because he was after something more valuable than the car itself: the vehicle identification number, VIN. The most crucial part of any vehicle. Unique to each car, the VIN is issued at the factory and stays with the car for its entire life. Once a car is crushed, the VIN is supposed to be retired. But Bill was about to give this VIN a new life. In Dhaliwal's well-planned scheme, the first step was to enlist a skilled car thief, and he knew just the man for the job: Claude Ilargi. Ilargi was famous in eastern Canada as a master car thief, known for his ability to outsmart even the most sophisticated security systems. Dhaliwal hired Ilargi to steal a specific model of BMW, one that matched the wreck he had purchased from the scrapyard. Ilargi was up for the challenge. These luxury cars were equipped with high-tech anti-theft devices, but he had the tools and skills to bypass them. Under the cover of darkness, he approached the target car. Using a specialized tool, he carefully unlocked the car, ensuring the alarm didn't sound. His next task was to disable the engine immobilizer, a tricky part of the operation. Elargi employed a stolen diagnostic program, usually used by car dealers, to reprogram the car's computer. With a set of stolen master keys, he successfully bypassed the immobilizer and started the engine. However, as Elargi drove away, a police patrol unexpectedly appeared nearby. Remaining calm, he quickly turned into the side streets, skillfully avoiding detection. After a few tense minutes, he managed to lose the patrol and safely deliver the car to Dhaliwal. In a nondescript warehouse, Dhaliwal was ready to transform the stolen car, giving it a new identity to make it appear legitimate. Here is where the vehicle identification numbers, or VINs, played a crucial role in Dhaliwal's operation. His task was to transfer the VINs from the wrecked car to the stolen one, effectively disguising it as a used car rather than a stolen one. Dhaliwal's first step in this process was to meticulously remove all the VINs from the stolen car. The obvious ones were the VIN plate visible through the windshield and the sticker on the driver's door, but Dhaliwal was thorough. He knew there were other, hidden VINs, sometimes referred to as ghost VINs. These were intended for car crime investigators, used to identify a vehicle once the common VINs were removed. With meticulous attention to detail, Dhaliwal carefully located and removed these hidden numbers. He understood that even a single overlooked VIN could unravel his entire scheme. Each car required a thorough inspection, with Dhaliwal often spending hours to ensure no trace of the original identity remained. This meticulous process was key to Dhaliwal's success, allowing him to sell these cars as legitimate used vehicles, bypassing both law enforcement detection and potential buyer suspicion. However, after successfully erasing the stolen car's identity, he began the process of creating its perfect clone. His next step involved using a set of forged VIN stickers based on numbers from abandoned cars. To the untrained eye in the car trade world, these appeared to be just another set of VINs, which he could purchase from a forger capable of producing near-perfect replicas of what the manufacturer issued. This part of the process was relatively straightforward. Dhaliwal could buy these counterfeit VINs for a fee, along with door stickers to give the car a legitimate look and a serial number plate for the dashboard, complete with matching screws. But Dhaliwal knew he needed to go a step further to prevent the car from being detected. In some cars, the VIN was directly engraved in the vehicle's computer, linking the computer to that specific car, not just the general markings on the vehicle. Dhaliwal managed to swap out the car's computers so that even to a dealer offering a warranty, the stolen car would appear as an exact duplicate of the real vehicle. Dhaliwal's expertise and meticulous attention to detail were remarkable. He didn't just replicate the physical aspects of the car. He dove into the very digital heart of the vehicle, ensuring that every aspect, from the visible VINs to the digital signatures within the car's computer systems, matched perfectly. This level of precision made the stolen cars nearly indistinguishable from legitimate ones, even to the most discerning eye. Now, with the car stolen and its identity expertly altered, Dhaliwal faced the next critical phase: registering the vehicle with the motor vehicle department. The challenge here was that forged VINs didn't come with corresponding documentation. So Dhaliwal had to ingeniously create fake documents to support the counterfeit VIN. With exceptional skill, Dhaliwal crafted a fictitious history for each car. This included fake sales invoices and vehicle inspection forms, meticulously prepared to withstand scrutiny. He then successfully registered the cars as legal entities in the vehicle registry. The documentation Dhaliwal assembled was so convincing that it raised no suspicions, allowing him to sell these cars at retail prices. The cost structure of Dhaliwal's operation was precise. It cost him about $5,000 to steal a car, approximately $2,000 $500 to purchase a VN package, and an additional $500 to pay someone to reinstall the number. Then he was able to sell these cars at nearly their original value. For instance, a Mercedes worth $80,000 could be sold for just $10,000 less than its market price. This strategy was twofold. It minimized suspicion since the price reduction wasn't drastic, and it also ensured a quick sale. Dhaliwal's operation was not just a theft ring. It was a sophisticated business model that carefully balanced risk and reward. By slightly undercutting the market price, he made the cars attractive to buyers, while avoiding the red flags that a significantly lower price might raise. Bill Dhaliwal was reaping extraordinarily high profits from selling these expertly disguised cars. His business was running smoothly, and the risk of detection was remarkably low. The cars were so skillfully altered that even buyers conducting thorough checks couldn't detect anything amiss. From selling just one BMW, Dhaliwal could make a profit of $70,000 net. Dhaliwal's success was so astounding that he regularly provided Ilarji with a shopping list of the types of cars he needed. However, a new problem arose. Bill could no longer find enough wrecked cars to meet the demand. Therefore, he devised a new system to acquire clean VIN numbers. Dhaliwal came up with a clever scheme. He contacted a friend who worked at a car lot in California, asking him to provide VIN numbers of specific car models for a fee, knowing that these cars would never return to Ontario. This ensured that there would not be two cars with the same VIN registered in the same place. Thus, Dhaliwal formed a team of observers at car lots and parking spaces across North America. This network enabled him to amass what he called clean VIN numbers. These numbers were from cars that were far away, reducing the risk of duplication and detection. Dhaliwal's operation had now expanded beyond just stolen and wrecked cars. He was tapping into a broader network, leveraging contacts, and creating a system that allowed him to sustain and grow his illicit business. Now, with a steady flow of VIN numbers now at his disposal, Dhaliwal and Ilarji adopted a more systematic approach to stealing the large number of cars they needed. Ilarji took on the role of a mentor, educating other professional car thieves on how to steal specific car models. He not only demonstrated the methods but also oversaw their theft operations. It was almost like running classes for car theft. Ilarji would select certain car models that were in demand, then train his team on the specific techniques required to steal these cars. These classes included lessons on bypassing advanced security systems, handling different lock mechanisms, and even strategies for avoiding detection by law enforcement. Dhaliwal's army of young thieves expanded across the city, with their first major target being Toronto's Lester Pearson International Airport. This location proved to be a goldmine for their operations, as people often left their cars parked for extended periods while traveling. In just 3 days, Ilarji and his team managed to steal 15 cars from the airport parking area, leaving no evidence for the police. Ilarji then shifted his focus to cars in downtown parking lots and private residences. With a network of offenders at his disposal, Dhaliwal reached the pinnacle of his success. He was selling cars at a rate of 6 per week and making over $150,000 in net profits. His strategy was cunning. The plan was quite simple. He would prepare a stolen car and make it clean, sell it to a customer, and then, after a few months, steal it back from the same customer. But Bill didn't stop there. He even paid insiders at car dealerships to make keys for him, allowing him to steal cars directly from the showrooms. This new tactic opened up a whole new avenue for theft, making it even easier for him to acquire vehicles. Dhaliwal's operation had become a well-oiled machine, with every aspect carefully planned and executed. His network was not just stealing cars, but was also manipulating the entire life cycle of a vehicle for maximum profit. This level of sophistication in car theft was unprecedented, turning him into a major player in the criminal underworld, feared and respected for his ingenuity and success. He had all the resources and manpower needed to handle a vast number of cars, ensuring a steady influx of vehicles, and with it, his profits, which amounted to millions of dollars annually. However, unbeknownst to him, he had become the target of a meticulous police investigation. At the peak of his operation, Bill Dhaliwal, commanding an army of thieves, was orchestrating the theft of hundreds of luxury cars. At the same time, he became the subject of an intensive police investigation, and in May 1999, Dhaliwal's criminal empire faced a significant blow when he was arrested for possession of a stolen car and sentenced to 6 months in prison. However, even prison couldn't halt his operations. He continued to run his theft ring from prison, making it evident to the police that his operation was robust enough to continue with or without his physical presence. During Dhaliwal's incarceration, his wife took an active role in managing both the auto repair shop and the car theft operations. Her involvement was a testament to the depth and reach of their criminal network. Even in Dhaliwal's absence, the business of stealing and selling cars proceeded without interruption. For years, Dhaliwal's organization had eluded the grasp of the police. Authorities were determined to catch Bill Dhaliwal on any charge, be it possession of a stolen car or selling one. But despite several accusations, Dhaliwal managed to avoid serious punishment, only being convicted of minor charges. The police were running out of patience. Dhaliwal's clever maneuvers had frustrated them for far too long. It was time for a decisive strike to dismantle the entire operation. Their strategy was to unravel the intricate details of Dhaliwal's system, its organizational structure, complexity, and network. The pivotal step in this strategic game was to infiltrate the heart of the operation with an undercover officer. This required someone who was already a part of the group and could be persuaded to cooperate with the police, introducing the undercover agent as a new member. However, finding an insider willing to cooperate initially proved challenging. Loyalty within the organization was strong, and it appeared that no one was ready to betray Dhaliwal. The authorities knew that simply arresting Dhaliwal on minor charges was not enough to stop the criminal enterprise. By penetrating the inner circle of the organization, they aimed to gather critical information that could lead to the dismantling of the entire network. In June 1999, the tide finally began to turn in favor of the police in their long-standing battle against Dhaliwal's criminal empire. One of Dhaliwal's car thieves was caught, and to avoid jail time, the police offered to strike a deal with him. They asked him to introduce an undercover officer into Dhaliwal's criminal organization as a new member. The thief eagerly accepted this opportunity. The plan was to involve a detective named Kelly, posing as an exceptionally skilled car thief. To prepare for this undercover operation, Kelly was equipped with a wiretap device, and on June 25, 1999, Kelly and the thief drove to Flagship Motors in Rexdale, a known location for Dhaliwal's operations. This moment was a significant breakthrough for the police. By infiltrating the inner workings of Dhaliwal's organization, they hoped to gather crucial evidence needed to dismantle the entire network. The decision to send in an undercover officer was a bold move, reflecting the police's determination to end the reign of one of the city's most notorious car theft rings. Detective Kelly's role was critical. He had to convincingly portray a car thief to gain the trust of Dhaliwal's group while gathering as much information as possible without arousing suspicion. The informant introduced Detective Kelly to Dhaliwal and his wife, Kuljit, leveraging Kelly's supposed expertise in car theft to impress Dhaliwal. The plan worked, and Dhaliwal invited Kelly to join his team of car thieves. For several months, Kelly worked hard to gain Dhaliwal's trust, blending into the criminal environment. Kelly was sent on numerous missions to steal cars. In one assignment, he was tasked with visiting a local car dealership where the gang planned to steal luxury cars directly from the showroom. There, Kelly met with an employee who was in cahoots with Bill. While pretending to discuss maintenance issues, the employee discreetly handed Kelly the car key, placing it on the car seat to avoid drawing attention. After acquiring the key, Kelly and the employee returned to Dhaliwal's workshop. However, upon their arrival, they were met with a surprise. One of the thieves Kelly had previously tried to recruit as an informant was present in the office. Dhaliwal then informed Kelly that this person had accused him of being a police officer, but reassured him that they had dismissed it as nonsense, confident that Kelly was not a cop. Despite this, Kelly couldn't help but feel uneasy, worried that Dhaliwal might suspect the police were onto him and could flee the city at any moment, which added a layer of tension to Kelly's undercover operation. The presence of this man who knows about Kelly within Dhaliwal's circle posed a significant risk, potentially jeopardizing the entire operation. Kelly was now in a precarious position, needing to navigate this complex web of trust and suspicion carefully to avoid blowing his cover and to ensure the success of the police investigation. Despite the lingering suspicions, Kelly excelled in his undercover role, earning Bill's trust to such an extent that Bill and his team were reluctant to believe he could be an undercover agent. However, concerns for Kelly's safety grew within the police department. They realized it was time to move forward with the final phase of their operation, dismantling Dhaliwal's criminal network. The police strategized to catch the group in the act, wanting to ensure a solid case against them. They planned a carefully orchestrated sting operation that would not only confirm the illegal activities of Dhaliwal's organization, but also ensure the safety of Detective Kelly and other officers involved. Finally, the moment arrived for the police to take decisive action against Bill Dhaliwal. The day of reckoning came, and Kelly played a crucial role in orchestrating a meeting that was supposed to culminate in the sale of a BMW and a Toyota, setting the stage for Dhaliwal's arrest. At the moment of his apprehension, Dhaliwal was caught red-handed. He was found in possession of an array of incriminating items, packages filled with VIN numbers, a computer inside the car loaded with data, a collection of forged documents, vehicle titles obtained through fraudulent means, an assortment of car keys, and a substantial sum of money tucked away in his pocket. With Dhaliwal now securely in police custody, the operation took a dramatic turn. In a clever ruse to maintain the integrity of their undercover work, the police staged the arrest of Detective Kelly. They strategically placed him in a cell next to Dhaliwal's, orchestrating a scenario where the two could covertly converse. This proximity allowed Kelly to engage Dhaliwal in dialogue, a move designed to extract further information. In the confines of the adjacent cells, Dhaliwal, the architect of the vast car theft network, unsuspectingly confided in Kelly. He began coaching him on the narrative to relay to the authorities, unaware of Kelly's true allegiance. This interaction was a critical opportunity for the police to gain deeper insights into Dhaliwal's operations and mindset, potentially revealing additional layers of the criminal enterprise he had so meticulously built. Dhaliwal, in a bid to cover his tracks, advised Kelly to claim ignorance to the police, insisting he should say he didn't know the car was stolen and that he was merely a courier for someone he barely knew. Dhaliwal's plan was for Kelly to feign innocence, professing no knowledge of the person he was supposedly working for. However, the scenario took a dramatic turn during the recorded police interview. Kelly made his entrance, not as a fellow criminal, but in his true capacity as a police officer, accompanied by his colleagues from the police force. Witnessing this revelation, Dhaliwal's complexion drained of color. The realization hit him with full force. The conversations he had with Kelly, the incriminating details he had shared, the plans they had made together, all were now exposed. In that moment, Dhaliwal understood the gravity of his situation. His fate was irrevocably decided. Drawing on the extensive evidence gathered from wiretapped conversations and the critical testimony provided by the undercover agent, the legal net finally closed in on Bill Dhaliwal. He was formally charged with operating an organized criminal enterprise. The evidence was overwhelming, showcasing Dhaliwal's deep involvement in a wide array of illegal activities. Dhaliwal's wife, Kuljit, along with 3 other employees, found themselves entangled in the legal repercussions. They were convicted on conspiracy charges related to the car thefts, demonstrating the expansive reach of Dhaliwal's criminal operations. It became clear that Dhaliwal had cleverly integrated his legitimate auto repair business as a front for his illicit activities, employing staff who played dual roles in both legal and criminal worlds. Claude Elargi, a key player in Dhaliwal's organization and a veteran in the world of auto theft, faced his own downfall. After confessing to his role in the extensive car theft operations, he was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Elargi's confession provided further damning evidence of the scale and sophistication of the criminal network. Bill Dhaliwal, the mastermind behind 15 years of luxury car thefts and forgeries, received a significant sentence of 10 years in prison. This verdict marked the end of a long-running saga of high-end car thefts that had plagued the region for over a decade. Dhaliwal's conviction was a testament to the persistence and dedication of the police force, who had worked tirelessly to dismantle a criminal empire that had once seemed untouchable. However, after serving a 10-year sentence, Bill Dhaliwal, undeterred by age or past convictions, seemingly returned to his old ways. Despite being 66 years old, he found himself in legal crosshairs once again in January 2022. This time, he was apprehended on suspicions of involvement in a luxury car theft ring, an operation that led to the discovery of $11 million in stolen vehicles. Though these recent charges against him are yet to be legally confirmed, Dhaliwal faced the consequences swiftly. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison, a stint he completed, finding himself free once more. Reflecting on Bill Dhaliwal's extensive and sophisticated car theft operation, several intriguing theories have emerged, prompting further contemplation and debate. One such theory suggests that Dhaliwal's success in evading law enforcement for so long might not have been possible without assistance from within the system. The speculation of corrupt officers being complicit raises serious concerns about the integrity of the institutions meant to protect against such crimes. It suggests a deeper, more systemic issue within law enforcement agencies, where internal corruption can enable criminal rings to flourish. Another compelling theory posits that Dhaliwal, despite being the face of the operation, was potentially just a smaller component of a much larger and more intricate criminal organization. This perspective opens up the possibility of an extensive network operating in the shadows, with Dhaliwal being one of the many cogs in a vast machine. If true, it implies that the problem of luxury car theft rings is far more widespread and organized than previously thought, potentially spanning across cities or even countries. So, what do you think? Could there have been internal corruption or even a larger network involved in his extensive car theft ring? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, if you found this story intriguing and want to hear more similar stories, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.